Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm here with you today with another plan with me in my Hobonichi weeks. This is going to be the plan for the week beginning the 5th of December. So I have chosen another lovely Christmassy kit from Honeybee Plans. I will do a wee close up with that washi, and there's a deco sticker there, and it's absolutely gorgeous and very Christmassy. I believe I said in my last plan with me that I do tend to do Christmas for the whole run up to Christmas in my planners. So without further ado, I'm just going to get in here and get started. I am going to pull my planner out. I just find it easier to work with. So when I was filming last week, I wasn't quite sure how this was all going to turn out, because it was my first ever plan with me, and on editing it actually didn't look as bad as I thought it would, but I did wonder about zooming in a bit, so I am trying today with it zoomed in a bit, and hopefully that'll be a bit better, but you can let me know in the comments. So just a quick look at how last week went. So we are on Sunday today, so I haven't finished filling it out, but yeah, it's been working out very well. I've got a big blank space here, so I'll need to think about how to use that, and yeah, right, we'll get started. I think I will start with the weekdays. I think I can't remember what I did last time. Oh, these are individually cut, so I will need to get my tweezers out for that one, I think, because they're quite small. So while I do that, how is everyone? How has your week been? I've had a nice quiet week. Trying to think, what did I do? I was at work a couple of times this week, I think. I had some very quiet shifts. I tend to work evening shifts, so yeah. And of course the main thing for the week has been getting out the Christmas decorations. So we have started with, I say we, it's me. My husband's not that bothered. He'd quite happily not bother decorating for Christmas at all, but I absolutely can't resist. I have to have decorations up. So I've been getting everything out, and I'll be honest, I'm still in the process. In my office here, this is where we keep all our decorations. We've got a built-in cupboard, and I keep all my Christmas decorations in there, and so yeah, at the moment I am absolutely surrounded by boxes and boxes of Christmas decorations. That is starting to go squint. I'm going to have to pull this up. That's the problem with having individual stickers. Thankfully that's coming up quite the thing. Yeah, I'm just checking that I'm still on camera, because being zoomed in a bit, I think it's probably going to be quite easy for me to fall off camera, so I'll just need to keep a wee eye on that. There we go, I think that's better. So yeah, so I can't remember what I was saying. I'm surrounded by Christmas decorations at the moment. We have, the tree is up and we've started fluffing it out. We have an artificial tree. Ideally, I would love a real tree, but unfortunately, the one year we tried it, the house was just a bit too warm and all the needles fell off. I grew up with a real tree, and I absolutely loved it. However, we did get it later in December, and we lived in an old converted house in the city, and it was single glazed and it was not the warmest, and so the Christmas tree survived quite well, and I am now in a lovely new build house, and well, I say new build, it's probably about 20 odd years old now itself, but you know, it's got double glazing, it's got good insulation. I like to live in a warm house. It's yeah, so real Christmas tree just doesn't go so well with that, especially because our Christmas tree, where the only space we have for our Christmas tree is where is in front of our radiator. So yeah, it's just not going to work with the real tree. So yeah, artificial tree. So because I was getting artificial, I did invest in a really good one a few years ago, and it was a bit of an investment piece that I wanted to keep. Like, I wanted it to last for a good long time. I wanted it to look really good. I wanted it to look as good as a real tree looks, and I must admit it really does. I do absolutely love it. I hope this is going to go the whole way along. Let's have a look. Sorry, I've gone quiet now while I concentrate on my stickering. I did mention last week that this is probably going to happen with me sometimes. I think people who've been doing plan with me's for a long time, or maybe they've gotten a lot more used to it, but I imagine they all have little moments like this where they just go a wee bit quiet. And last week I mentioned I do want to read these quotes, so I'm going to read this one again this week. Knitting is a lot of work. You have to keep using your body for, say, 50 hours to shape a story with the yarn. When someone wraps themselves in my story, something stays with them. A single sweater can change that person a little bit. I think this is how we share the essence of ourselves. Interesting. Quite like that, actually. Right, now I can cover it up. I've somehow made some kind of a dent in my paper there, but that's fine. I'm going to be writing all over it anyway. Pencil board coming out. Am I still on camera? I am. So where was I? What was I saying? Oh, I was just talking about my tree, wasn't I? So yeah, so the tree is up. We've started fluffing it out, but for me that takes a long time because I just haven't got the patience to stick at it for ages, and it does need a lot of fluffing up. It's a 6-foot tree and it's got lots and lots of branches. So that's my job for this evening, actually, is to fluff out the tree and get it decorated. I seem to have lost what I do, actually. I don't know, tell me if you do this as well. This is a wee trick that I heard years and years ago, and it actually does work. Is I like to put coloured lights on my tree. But if you put a set of white lights down the centre of the tree, it actually makes the lights on the outside of the tree pop a lot more, and it really does work. It worked. I used to always have the old style Christmas lights, you know, with the big long bulbs on them. I still have all my sets. I love them. That's what I grew up with, obviously. And there's something very nostalgic about them, and I just think they look lovely on a tree. Unfortunately, I've not been able to use them for the last few years because my cats like to chew on them. Well, actually, one cat, Pixie, she likes to chew on them, and I learned last year that the other little one, who is 2.5 years younger than Pixie, she likes to chew the LED lights. So basically we can't win, but at least I feel like with the LED lights they're a wee bit safer for chewing on because they're completely coated in plastic, whereas the retro ones are, well, it's just a pure glass bulb. So if Pixie chewed on that and cracked it and, you know, it'd be cut glass, it would not be good. So yeah, we don't use the glass bulbs, but I'm trying to think why I started with that, and it was the white lights. I was talking about when we had the retro style light bulbs, the white lights down the middle really did make a difference. And I'm just trying to think, where do I want to these line up with each other? I think I want to put the habit trackers in first, actually, like I did last week. So you're getting distracted from my story again, not that it's probably all that interesting anyway. Oh, the white lights. back to the white lights again if I ever get around to finishing the story. Basically what I'm trying to say is it actually does work, and I have used it, but I have been using the same trick with the LED lights. Well, I found this set a few years ago that has like, it's got like a ring around the top and then little strands come down, and it works really well. You just stick it over the top and the little strands, and it works really well for putting down the centre of the tree. And actually I usually do that before I fluff the tree right out, so as the, you know, I can kind of thread them down through the branches a lot easier. Do you want to stagger? I might actually stagger that just for the fun of it. So yeah, I've lost that set of white lights though, so it means that actually it's going to be a much quicker, easier job to do the tree, because I've just got one massive set of coloured lights, and I literally just walk around the tree several times, just holding it and then just walking around. And yeah, and then because there's so many, you can kind of just let it do its thing and kind of play about with them once they're all on, move them out about a wee bit, but it's usually well covered in lights that way. Let's see if I've got any scripts I have. Oh, brilliant, that actually says dinners. Perfect. I just realised I got my tweezers out saying, oh, I'll need my tweezers for doing the date covers, and then I don't think I actually used them, did I? Too busy blethering away. I am going to use them this time. So yeah, so tonight's job is getting that tree absolutely finished. I have been decorating, you know, all the other little bits and pieces for putting on shelves and things like that. So I've been doing that. I like to put lights up on my window. Again, I found a set last year that made that a lot easier. I used to strand my lights all around, you know, around the edge of the windows, but that was a massive faff, and the cats always chewed on them. So last year I found a set that has like stars and they drop down, so I just hang it along the top. Oh, I don't know how you can actually see what I'm doing. I don't know why the finger action is actually going to make any difference anyway, but you know. But yeah, I just run it along the top and the stars all hang down. It's very nice, and I've got some other decorations that go with that, so that's all lovely. And then vitamins and whatnot, my habit trackers I think we'll just put in this week. So yeah, so it's looking pretty Christmassy in our house now. I've got the wreath on the door as well. I wanted to, last year I went to a lovely class actually, where you make your own wreath, and it was fantastic because it was obviously individual to it was me who made it, which, you know, was a lovely achievement, and I made it exactly how I wanted it, and it was lovely. And the cost of course was about the same price as I would have paid for a wreath at the garden centre, and actually the one I made was much nicer than any of the ones they had in the garden centre last year. But this year I've been buying so many stickers that I couldn't quite afford it, or I felt like I didn't want to be spending any extra money, because I do have an artificial wreath that I bought a few years ago when I couldn't get a nice real one. So I just put that on the door. So yeah, so getting there with the decorations. I don't know, how are you all getting on with your decorations? Have you started yet? Have you finished? Is everything up and good to go? I'm quite looking forward to just having them all up, and then I can just sit and cozy in for Christmas. And pretty organised. I mean, we're not having anybody over for Christmas, it's just my husband and I and the cats, which will be lovely. Very much looking forward to a quiet Christmas. We're not doing presents for each other, but I did decide last night that I wanted some presents under the tree, so I think I'm going to put that one down and put the grey one on. So I went on to the internet, and I bought some gifts for the cats. So I'm just waiting for them to arrive, and I'll wrap them up and put them under the tree. Not the stocking, doesn't go under the tree because the stocking usually has treats in it, and if we leave that out, even just overnight, we will wake up and there will be treats all over the floor because Pixie will have got into them. In fact, apparently the other night, I was at work the other night, I occasionally do sleepovers at work, so I was at work and my husband was at home, and he said that he was quite confused that the cats didn't really bother him in the morning, because normally they wake him up for their breakfast, because when he's working he gets up at 5:30 in the morning, so you know, even when he's not at work they're kind of thinking, hey, 5:30, it's breakfast time. But apparently they just left him alone, they weren't bothering him at all, so he was a bit like, oh well, okay, this is good, get a bit of a lie in. And anyway, he eventually got up, he couldn't get back to sleep, he got up about 7 and went downstairs and realised why the cats hadn't bothered him for their breakfast, and that is because he had accidentally left some biscuits, cat biscuits, out on the kitchen worktop. I do think that they were in their usual plastic container, but that doesn't stop Pixie, so she had managed to knock it off the worktop, and it had just, you know, it's not a super fancy, it's not got any kind of like clips or anything, so when she knocked it off it just opened and everything spilled out. So yeah, they had a lovely little late night feast the other night, which is why they weren't interested in their breakfast. Honestly, Pixie is actually going to just, I dread to think what she's doing to her kidneys with the amount of time she's done that. And honestly, she gets into like treats. When I say, oh, it's a, you know, plastic container, she has actually literally chewed her way through plastic containers before to get to like you know, treats like Dreamies or something. You know, anything in a plastic packet, like, you know, if you've got, you know, if you buy Dreamies in a packet, absolutely she'll chew them, she'll chew through them. We buy the biscuits, although they don't actually get biscuits as part of their main diet, they do get them as a treat from time to time, and for bribery when needed. So we buy that in quite a big bag and then decant it into a little plastic container to pour it out from. And if she gets into the cupboard where we keep the big packet, then that always gets chewed up. She manages to get into that. Yeah, she's an absolute nightmare. So yeah, so needless to say, stockings are hidden away. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, stockings are hidden away until Christmas morning, and then they get them. I get them out of the cupboard and bring them. In fact, I tend to do just one stocking between the 3 cats because, let's be honest, they are cats. I don't see why they need individual stockings each. We're just, you know, we don't, because we've got the cat biscuits as treats, we don't need like a lot of actual treats, and they've got way too many toys as it is, so they usually just get some fresh kind of catnip toys, or the ones they like, it's called Amular. I don't know if that's like a, there's Valerian as well, but I don't know if Amular is like a kind of substance like catnip or Valerian, but that's what they're named on the website we buy their things from. So I usually, the website's got a point system, so quite often you can get little packets of like catnip toys for free with your points. So that's what I just realised I've put it all the way over there and I actually need that space. That was clever, Nicola. Why did I do that? I don't know if I'll be able to pull them up. See, this is the thing, is when you use different sticker kits and they come in different formats, you forget yourself. Yeah. see if I can pull this up. I'm getting the impression that these are not removable stickers, so we'll see. I mean, it's coming up. I don't know how sticky it'll be, but that's fine. I've got a glue roller if I need it to be more sticky. Now, the thing is, if I put it under here, I then can't put the header with it. But I don't think I'm too upset about that. I think they're not going to be lined up because I'm going to line this one up with... No. I tell a lie. I am going to line it up. I was trying to line it up with the actual line on the grid, but I realise the reason why it's off is because I lined it up with the grid on this side and the box must just be slightly bigger. So it goes across, and then I just need to take this header off. And I think what I will do is just bung this down here and just put both headers. I know that's a bit weird, a bit random, but hey ho, it's my planner, I can do what I want. Yeah, I've lost my train of thought now. I don't know, I feel like I was just on a really random conversation there. I started off with Christmas decorations and ended up telling you about my cat raiding the biscuits. But hey ho. I think I'm just about done here actually though. So let's have a look at what we've got left. So we've got these little icons, which I don't need. There is a little checklist, which, do I need that? Could I use that? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 things in it, so it wouldn't do with another. It wouldn't do as another weekly checker. I honestly don't know if I would need that or not. I tell you what, I'm going to shove it down anyway, because I can always think of a reason to use it, or if I don't find a reason to use it, then I can just leave it blank. But if I do find a reason, then it's there already. I don't need to think about putting it down later. And well, I showed you before, I've had lots of blank space left from last week, so I really don't need to worry about wasting space or anything, because I have got lots of space. So what I'm thinking now, my headers here, I might put a header on it. There's to do, to buy and clean. So I think, what am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna put a to buy, because this is I want to keep this focused on my eating. I'm gonna put in to buy, and then it can be like a shopping list if there's anything. I mean I shouldn't need, because I just actually did. I'd been avoiding the supermarket for a long time, and then I eventually actually bit the bullet and went the other day, and that should be me for pretty much the whole of the month. But just in case I think of anything, or you know, I come up with a meal idea and I need just something a little extra to go with it, then I can maybe do a wee shopping list there. So yeah, oh yeah, that's right, I was going to put this little, because I remember I did this last week where I had the little divider, and it's very lovely and Christmassy, and I think it will fit along this line. So I'm still going to go from the top though. It would maybe make sense to go from the bottom. I don't know, you're probably kind of shouting at your screen going, no Nicola, don't do it that way, do it this way. But we are just gonna go this way. It is very skinny strip, this. And it's because it's so skinny, it can move quite well. So even if it's not completely straight, I can flex it into this gap. There we go, perfect. That looks amazing. I'm so glad I put that down actually, because that just really completes the page if you ask me. So yeah, so I've got these icons. I don't think I'm going to need them, and I definitely don't need bill dues, because even if I did have bills due, it wouldn't be in this planner. So again, I've got these little boxes which I will keep hold of just in case I want to use them at all, and if I don't, they will go in my reusable sticker album. There is another strip, is that, I think that's 2 strips, another 2 strips of these Skinny Washi, which I imagine would be quite helpful, especially if you like to divide this into 3 sections, because the washi's that skinny that you could get away with that. But as you can see, I don't need to do that. I've put my checklist down for my breakfast, lunch and dinner. There are these little notes. Oh, there's a weekend banner. I put that in last week. I quite liked that. You know, when I was using this, I noticed I put the weekend up here to denote that's where the weekend begins. And then when I was looking at it, going, should it be between the Saturday and Sunday? Because that's, you know, the days of the weekend. Because I'm putting it across 2 days. I don't really know. I'm going to stick with the Saturday, putting it between Friday and Saturday to say that's where the weekend begins. But if you do something different, let me know. Do you put it at the beginning of the weekend, or if you're putting it between 2 days, would you just put it between the 2 days of the actual weekend? Oh, I like that, and it's very small actually. It'll be easy to write around, because you can see I kind of had to work around it there. It was fine, it wasn't an issue at all, but I don't think I'll need to work around that one quite as much. So the only other one I'm going to use is the little deco box, because I absolutely love these little Christmas skunks. And just I'm going to put them on the tweezers just to decide where I want it, because see, I like the idea, because I tried that last week, but then because it doesn't fully cover the number 12, I think it might look a bit not quite right. Do I want to just put it slap bang in the middle? Does that look a bit silly? I might like it. Actually, I quite like that there, actually. I think that's where I'm going to put it. So yeah, so what I've found with using this last week, I am utilising the whole width of that space for writing down my meals. So there's not really any space for deco there. And then I am writing my snacks there. There was a day where I actually didn't have any snacks. I had 3 full meals and no snacks. That is unheard of for me. That was a very, very, very good day. I was very pleased with myself that day. You can see other days where I just went all out on the snacks. So yeah, but I like having this here. But I have in some places where I thought maybe I'm gonna be eating lots and lots of snacks, and maybe written some snacks in this bit here. I mean, you can see breakfast on Monday morning, salt and vinegar quavers, and some chocolate orange. Great breakfast that, Nicola, well done. But it's fine, made up for it on Tuesday. I had 3 full meals. But yeah, you can see why I'm using this, okay? I know that people might criticise me for what I'm eating and everything, but this is about keeping track of what I'm eating and trying to help focus myself on doing better and eating better. So that is why I'm doing this. If I ate like normal people ate, I wouldn't need an entire planner focused on what I'm eating. So, you know, and I am working with various health professionals to help me improve. So this is going to be just perfect timing, bringing this planner in. And hopefully by the end of 2023, I will be doing brilliantly, and I maybe won't even need a planner for next year, but I will probably want it because I am absolutely loving this. I can't imagine not having this planner at all. But you know, if I don't need it for my eating, I can find a different need for it instead. But anyway, I'm just blethering on now. And actually, oh my goodness, I've been chatting away for half an hour here. I thought it was going to be a super quick video as well, but that's what happens when you get me talking. I can't stop. So anyway, that's the spread there. I absolutely love it. All the Christmas feels again, and very functional, and yeah, brilliant. And I've managed to use up quite a lot of the kit, but I do have stickers left, which will go into my reusable sticker album, and I will absolutely use them somewhere else. But anyway, for now, that is it. I'm going to leave you there. Thank you all so much for joining me with this plan with me. And if you enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up. And if you would like to see more, please subscribe. I would absolutely love it. I would be so grateful. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.